My name is Professor Edgar Cahn, and I am both a professor of law and founder of Timebanking and founder of Timebanks USA. One is, most people have heard of a babysitting pool, where you put in time and then you get back time from people you trust. And Timebanking is an all-purpose babysitting pool where you can put in everything from rides to home repair to language lessons, and you get out what you need for yourself or for your family. It's also another medium of exchange, another kind of money that you earn by helping others and that you can spend then to get help for yourself, or that you can earn by helping build community or fight for social justice, and that you can spend by building community or organizing a group or raising hell with the government. Bartering is essentially a commercial transaction. Money defines value, and bartering defines value by price. Price defines value by scarcity. So if it's scarce, it's valuable. If it's abundant, it's cheap. If it's truly abundant, it's worthless. What that means is that every capacity that defines us as a human being, we have devalued as worthless because they're abundant. So our ability to care for each other, to reach out to each other, to come to each other's rescue, to stand up for what's right, to oppose what's wrong, all those universals we have devalued. Timebanking is about those universal values and those exchanges and relationships and collaborative efforts that involve abundance. Abundance is worthless, like the ozone layer is worthless, like clean air and clean water were worthless until we messed them up, and maybe we need to begin finding a way to value what it means to be a human being. We're used to thinking of money as the only medium of exchange, as if it was somehow handed down on Sinai. But when you change the characteristics of a medium of exchange, you change the dynamics that flow from each of those characteristics. Think of grading and academic credits as a medium of exchange that we award, that people earn much as a medium of exchange, and we award credits and degrees. If you change the grading system, if you change what you award units of credit for, if you award credits for community service, if you move from a decimal point system of 4.0 to a grading system of ABCD and then to pass-fail, you change the educational dynamics. Well, that's how, when you change the characteristics of a medium of exchange, you radically alter the dynamics that it generates. That's why Timebanking is such an important way to vary the medium of exchange. I think we live as strangers, and when we meet a neighbor whom we've known for 5 years, we ask them something very personal, like, do you think it'll rain tomorrow? Who's going to win the game? We don't know each other, and we don't like to rely on each other. I think trust comes from working together, sharing together, collaborating together, and perhaps the business model of existence that's built around profit and exacting optimal return on transactions is not the same as commitment, which is about well-being and relationships and sinking roots. There's an economy which isn't measured because it doesn't involve primarily money exchanges. Its core unit is the household, the neighborhood, the community, civil society. It raises children, it keeps families strong, it makes neighborhoods vibrant, it turns people out for election, it holds officials accountable, it fights to make democracy work, it fights for social justice, and it fights to make the planet sustainable, but nothing of economic worth. That, to my mind, is a core economy, and we better start valuing it, and we better start rebuilding it, because without it, we're in bad shape. We're wired historically to deal with danger and with threat. So we have adrenaline glands, and we know how to respond to danger, and we know how to compete with each other, and we know how to deal with adversaries. But there's another part of us which is wired to deal with collaboration, with friendship, with altruism, with caring. We're descended, there's a book, Mothers and Others, that suggests we're descended from primates who knew how to entrust their children to to an aunt or an uncle or a brother or a sister, because if the male was killed, the mother could not raise the children. So we have a long period of adolescence and childhood before we're self-sufficient. And that ability to care for each other, to rely on each other, to be interdependent is the other part of our nature that I think is as key as our ability to fight and compete. I think I would measure it in terms of what I call core values. We're getting messages from different sources, but the messages are the same, that we need each other. Some of those messages are coming from global warming and sustainability. We're interdependent. Some are coming from the internet and how we share on the internet. Some are coming from that we're an aging society and we need to learn how to take care of each other. But all of them say we'd better measure well-being by our ability to take care of each other and to manage that interdependence in a way that doesn't burst limits and doesn't exhaust resources. In 2050, there will still be money, but time banking will be part of a universal tradition, because on the one hand, money is very effective in rationing scarcity, but it's not awfully good in rationing abundance and in distributing abundance. And we have the capacity to produce all that we need in terms of material goods. The question of how we distribute access to that and how we distribute access to education and to opportunity and development, that's a matter of how we distribute abundance. And I believe that all people will have the ability, if they're willing in some decades, to spend, say, 20 hours helping others, at least to be guaranteed an adequate level of sustainable life and an opportunity to develop and contribute.